Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday. It is Friday, April 17th, 2026. 2026. I got too many 20s in there. And I'm coming to you live from the Yarn Garden in Charlotte, Michigan. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. I need to switch hands because I can't watch and do this at the same time. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Mary. Hello, Melissa. Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone doing today? Right off the bat, when I started the video, I got a message about slow internet connection. So it might be one of those days. Good morning, Sam. Hello, Karen. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning. Good morning. Slow connection. There's that other little bit again. Hello, and good morning. Thank you, Karen. Good morning, Lori. All right, so we are chatting today. I got a new cotton. Well, it's not new. I've had this cotton yarn in, but new colors and a new color variety of a cotton from the KFI Collection. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
How are you doing, guys?
And let's see, what else? We have, of course, what I've been working on. And then we have our Knit for Food wrap up to chat about as well. Good morning, Carol. Hi, Ray Jane. Good morning, Teresa. Hi, Sunny. Good morning, Mom. Hello, Melinda. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Karen and Crystal. Are you guys watching together? Good morning.
Where's your copy at? This is the one. Oh, okay.
Good morning, good morning. All right, so let's have a little chat about what's been on my needles this week. So it is after the halfway point of April, of course, and I just posted in our Friends of the Yarn Garden Facebook group an update, requesting an update for year 2026 sock. How you've been doing on your year of socks. I hadn't cast on yet. So I finally did get cast on, and I have the cuff of my April sock started. Yes, I know it is already mid-April, but we are going, I've had other things going on in my knitting life, and so this is as far as I've gotten on my April sock. So hopefully I can still keep up and get this toe kitchenered by the end of April. And if not, you know what? That's okay. It will get done.
I can jump back there and chop.
Oh, no. You're fine. You're totally fine.
Again, so this is my April sock. I do have, its mate was the March sock. So I do have the first one done already. So this is the second of the pair. So I don't have to make any decisions. So that should help with making things go a little faster. I couldn't seem to bring myself to get it cast on. And I had it all ready to go to cast on for during our Knit for Food Knit-a-thon. And I didn't even hardly knit during the knit-a-thon. It was such a great day, which we'll circle back to. Good morning, Kara. Good morning, Tracy. Hi, Jana. And maybe Scarlett. Is Scarlett watching with you? Hello, Rachel. Good morning, Oriana. So again, that's my April sock. It's coming. It's coming. We'll work on it. We'll work on it more. Once I get past that cuff, it will go faster because then it's just knitting, right? And then I cast on a new project. I actually did cast this on, let's see, on Friday night of, it was last Friday night I cast this on because I thought it would be a good project to work on during the knit-a-thon, again, that I hardly knit on. But this is that's a good question. What is the pattern name? It is, I think, Autumn River. Let's see. Autumn Rivers. So this is the Autumn Rivers cowl. It is from the Noro magazine. Would have been issue 27 in the new Tenzin yarn that came out, just about a year ago now. So I decided, well, this particular project has been in my queue since the yarn came out and the magazine came out. I knew I wanted to make this one skein quick little project. So again, this is Tenzin from Noro. This is color number 05, and this is going to take one ball. This is going to take one ball, and I am really enjoying how this particular version, this particular iteration of Noro is working up. It's a wool and silk blend. Let's see, Tenzin is 68% silk, 30 and 32% wool. It is, I'm gonna call it more like an Aran weight than a worsted weight. It feels a little bit heavier to me, but it's really tweedy. It's a really tweedy combination. Thank you, Jason. A really tweedy look. And I keep like stopping to admire all of the beautiful colors that are in each stitch. So again, this project would go faster if I would stop admiring every single like new color that comes up on my needles. But why? Why would I want to stop myself from enjoying the process, right? Because this is why we do it. We do this to enjoy every stitch, every step of the way. So silly me, why should I reprimand myself for stopping and enjoying the process? So this is it. This is a cowl. It is, they're calling it double seed stitch. So lots of knits and pearls and lots of changing the yarns back and forth. So I'm practicing my combination continental knitting. It's a mouthful, I know. So I'm, what that means, let me break that down. What does that mean? So it means that I am holding my yarn in my left hand, which is not my normal way that I prefer to knit. I learned to knit using my right hand, holding my yarn in my right hand, and throwing the yarn around. But I really like to practice all different versions. So I learned how to knit continental, which means I hold my yarn in my left hand. That's what I'm doing now, and I'm just kind of picking the yarn with my needle. However, if you've ever tried that, you know that purling is a pain in the you-know-what, because you have a really big motion with your needle. So I discovered what's called the combination method, which basically means when I pick the strand for my purl stitch ends up on my needle backwards. So I'm essentially purling backwards, and so my stitch ends up twisted on the needle. No big deal, because all we have to do is on the next round, work that stitch through the lead leg. So anyway, just takes a little bit of practice. And actually this project would be a great way to learn how to do that because you're doing it a lot. You are doing it a lot. So that might be something to think about, learning combination continental knitting. I think that's a very good idea that I just had. Good morning, Adair. Hello, Beth. Good morning, Sandy. Jana comments, Scarlett is watching and she loves her coverall gift and likes to tease me about it. I love it, Scarlett. I'm glad you love it too. Cindy says you're bundled up and in Pennsylvania we're sweating in the 80s. Well, it's a little chillier inside, and you know, it's been raining for days here, like forever and always. And it was a little misty this morning, so, you know.
Sun's out right now.
The sun's out right now. I'm sure I don't actually need all of this on. But part of the reason that I'm wearing the shawl is because I have to show it off, but not yet. Not yet. I'm not done with what I've been working on today. All right. So, well, I guess I am. Those are the two things that I've been working on this week. I haven't touched my soft current tee, and I haven't touched my 6-day star blanket.
Nor have I.
And Jason hasn't either. The lazy man hasn't touched either of those projects either. So there we have it. The two things that I have been working on this week. My cowl, a new cowl sample. My goal is to have that done for local yarn store day, which is next Saturday. And again, just one ball of Tenzin, the Tenzin, because it's 68% silk. So there's a lot of silk in here, and 32% wool, 150 grams, 330 meters. So they're calling it worsted weight. Again, I would say it's a little heavier than worsted weight. It makes a good Aran weight gauge. Excuse me. The price is $54.95 on Tenzin. So a one ball project for a cute little cowl. Rachel, no, Jason does not know how to knit and crochet. That was his little joke. Although he does know how to knit. You do too. I have shown you how to do it and you've done it.
You think I retained that?
No.
No.
Olivia also taught you how to knit.
And I didn't retain
Don't you
either.
remember that? It was the cutest thing ever. Talk about melt your heart, guys. Olivia really wanted to teach her dad how to knit after she had picked up knitting. And so she was very patient and sat right next to him on the couch. I remember it. This will be a core memory for me. Little Miss Olivia showing her dad how to make knit stitches. It was the cutest thing ever. But no, because, you guys know, if you don't keep doing something, then you don't necessarily remember how to do it. You got to look it up or be taught how to do it again. And then it's like riding a bike, right? Once you do it again, then your body remembers the muscle memory. So you could. He absolutely could.
I don't think so.
But he doesn't want to, which is fine. I don't want to share my stash with him.
It doesn't sound like any kind of bike that I would ride.
No, it does not. Good morning. Hello, Mindy. Hello, Diane and Celeste. And another Diane. Good morning. Diane with 2 N's. And Karen says that is adorable. It really was. It was really adorable. Do you remember that, Jason?
Kinda.
He says kinda. And for me, it's like a core memory. Isn't that funny? How memories work like that? Anyway. So yes, I am bundled up, not because I'm actually really cold, but because I have a finished object that I need to show off here, which is not my sweater. But I will show this off. This is my Oben cardigan. This is knit out of Germantown, which is our workhorse 100% wool, North American wool that is also spun and processed and dyed here in the US from Kelborn Woolens. So again, this is the Oben cardigan, which I love. But that's not a recent finish. That's been done for a while. So now I can shed my layers once I'm done bragging on my finished objects. And then this is the thing that I was really bragging about. Good morning, Lisa. Ray Jane says that you could knit a bike. You could knit a bike cover. We could sew together all of my swatches and make you a bike cover. Although he has more than one bike. So.
Although you probably have too many swatches.
Argument could be made, you might have too many bikes and I might have too many swatches. Guess which one was cheaper? Although, I mean, I knit with really good yarn, so, Oh, I love it. Okay, so this is my Noro Woven Stitch Shawl. Finished, completed. Thank you guys. Last week you helped me choose my border color. If you recall, I had picked a really beautiful bright pink color for my border, which I still think would be really lovely. But I decided that I wanted something to be a little more coordinating and a little more matchy, which will shock some of you, I know. But this shawl was meant to inspire and serve as a store sample. And I know you guys love to be matchy. So I think that this was a good compromise. So again, I love how that barn red turned out on the edge here. Rachel, I agree that that barn red was a really good choice for this. Now, I think that a really wild and crazy using Noro like Silk Garden, 2 totally different Silk Garden colors and a wildly contrasting border would also be amazing. Absolutely. And in fact, I was sitting down with my sales rep for Noro this morning before coming to you live today. And ordered more Silk Garden and Silk Garden Solo to help inspire us further on this cute little shawlette. Again, this is the size. This is 3 balls. I like this particular design because the designer has you increase on the right side at the beginning and the end and down the middle, which is normal for a triangle shape. But then we also increase on the beginning and end on the wrong side, which is a little bit different than a lot of triangle shawls. So you get a nice long length that you can easily use as more of a scarf. So I would consider this more of a scarf than really a shawl. So there we go. I agree that it is, this border color really makes it. I think it's really beautiful. Well, let's see, Jason, do you have a bike total that we can shout out? Kara says that her husband has 3 plus a tandem. We also have a tandem. What's her name? She's a 1973 Schwinn, right?
Lucille.
Lucille, yes. Lucille is our tandem bike. We ride her around town and get lots of stairs and points, and
Yeah.
people are very jealous because she's beautiful. And they think it's funny. They're kind of, I don't know that they're rare necessarily, but you don't see them out and about very often. So we do get a lot of looks. All right, what's your total? How many bikes you got?
Not
We are at least down to 1 motorcycle.
for now.
For now. Oh, their tandem is a recumbent. Cool. Sit back. Do you get to sit back and knit, Kara, and just let your legs go? You're not going to give me a total, are you? Well, you just sold Big Red.
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
You got Gamora and...
I sold a couple.
Anyway. Let's see. Karen says my grandmother's name was Lucille. I love that. Yes. And yeah, 1973. Schwinn with nice cushy seats. We did replace those.
Still got Gamora and the Black Widow.
Gamora and the Black Widow. That's right. And Lucille. And his motorcycle. Patty Cook is sharing that all bikes need at least 1 friend. I have 2. I did have 2, and then we sold the cruiser, and I saw my mountain bike. What did I call her? Rinny. We have Rinny, and then of course half of the tandem is mine, so I have 1.5 bicycles. I love it. All right, so that's what I've been working on. Again, I have not touched my soft current tee because my pants haven't come in yet, so I'm not motivated. And my 6-day star blanket, I forgot to take it home last weekend, and so I haven't. Kara says, a man needs choices for each condition. That's what I hear. I seem to have 1 bicycle that serves me just fine for the things that I like to do, but that's okay. And Mary, yeah, but you live on Mackinac Island, Mary, so you need to have lots of choices. She has 3 that are usable and about another 3 in the shed. Parts bikes. You gotta have parts bikes. Absolutely. Good morning, Ruth Ann in North Dakota. Thank you
They're
for watching.
ongoing projects.
Ongoing projects. Yes. All right, so that's what's on my needles. That is what I have finished. Yes, so there we go. What else? What should we talk about next? Should we do... Oh, well, I told you. I let you in on a little secret. Or not secret, but I was meeting with my Noro rep this morning. Ordered a brand new yarn for fall, which is a chunky Noro. That is a silk and wool blend. That stripes up really cool. And then brand new colors of Ito and Silk Garden and Kurion and Tenzin, which is the cowl that I'm knitting. And he is also my rep for Juniper Moon Farm. And let me tell you, that brand, Juniper Moon Farm, I honestly would love to knit with the whole line. Everything that he shows me is so beautiful from Juniper Moon Farm that it is hard for me to decide what to bring in. But one of the yarns that I brought in is called Harris, and it was brand new last year, but it is a beautiful tweed that's made out of recycled fibers. It is a DK weight. But what I really love about Harris, what makes it different for me from other tweeds, is the amount of colors that are in it. It is absolutely beautiful. So I'm excited to share those with you. Again, those won't be in. I was meeting with him for fall. So that won't be until September, October, maybe August. We'll see. But that won't be till fall. But I did get to take one of these new Noro magazines. He shared with me that I'm only one of maybe 3 people in the Midwest that has her hot little hands on this magazine. So this is issue 28. This is the new spring summer Noro magazine. Now, we do not have pre-orders open because we don't have a date yet on when to expect the rest of these in the shop. So we don't like to take pre-orders. Jason and I don't like to take pre-orders until we absolutely know that the magazine is coming. So it is coming. I mean, we know that we will be getting it. But if you want a little preview, I have one right here.
Nah, you can't show that.
I can absolutely show that. Oh,
No one wants to see it.
of course they do. Of course they do. There are new Amatami kits that are coming also. So Amatami were these cute little crocheted critters that we got. I ordered several more versions of those. What else? Oh, Flight needles. He also reps the Leica needles. So we're getting Flight double points. Awesome. So Flight double points, so stainless steel double points, and then fixed circulars in the Flights also. Yes, Jason's giving me the what? I did not know about that.
No, that's a surprise.
That's a surprise. So we're not going to spend too much time on this because we're going to get the magazines in here shortly. But just real quick, you can get a little flavor, a little look-see of the pretty projects that are in the newest Noro magazine. And again, if you happen to be in the shop in the next few days, you are welcome to take a flip through and start pre-planning your projects. And then we will know soon. We should know soon when this yarn will actually, excuse me, this is not yarn, this is a magazine. When this magazine will actually be in. Another cool thing that John shared with me this time around was that the fall magazine is going to be focused on gifts. So I don't know if you guys have been around the knitting world lately, or not lately, but if you've been in the knitting world for a long time, you might remember that Interweave Knits, A, you might remember Interweave Knits, but B, Interweave Knits always had a holiday issue, a gifts edition issue, and it always sold really, really well for me. So I'm excited that Noro is kind of taking up the helm on that and making their fall winter magazine more kind of gift focused. I think that's a really big thing in the fiber arts community is creating items for others, and I love the idea of the Noro magazine featuring that idea for their fall winter also. So let's see, I had some comments. Karen found her soft current tea whip, waiting till she finishes the dinos. Smart. There's your carrot dangling, right? Rachel says Juniper Moon is one of my faves. I love pretty much all of their varieties. Ugh, wait till you see this tweet. It's so pretty. Adair loves the magazine. I don't carry Sonata, Ginny. I don't.
We did it a long time ago, right?
I did when it first came out. Yep, but I don't carry it currently. Color restock of Ito, Silk Garden, and Kurion is fall as well. Yep, everything that I'm talking about with my sales rep will be for fall. Those are fall yarns. Good question, Ray Jane. All right, so that's, it's always fun. It's always fun to sit down with John. He's been my sales rep since I took over, which again, on Monday, I celebrated 19 years as the head gardener of the yarn garden. So he has been my sales rep for Noro for 19 years. I shared with him that I have a big goal of making sure that Noro ends up back in my top 10 best-selling yarns. So he's going to be helping me figure out how we can make that happen too. Sandy says, yes, I still have back issues of that gift magazine. It's really awesome. Ginny says, I love the granny square blanket in the magazine. Can you recommend a substitute? Ginny, send me a message here on Facebook, and I'd be happy to take a look at it and see what we can come up with. Good question. If I remember correctly, Sonata's a pretty lightweight, so maybe Coma or Sayun would both be lighter weight Noros that are self-striping. All right, so let's take a look at the new yarn or new colors of the cotton yarn from the KFI collection. So first I'm going to do a reminder of what we had before. We did get a restock of these, and this is Echo Bag from the KFI collection. I actually used the bag sample to grab the old colors. But this is our sample of Echo Bag. And Echo Bag actually comes with these cute, there's a little tag, it says handmade. And then it comes with these little wooden buttons that are intended to go on like your bag strap here. But I think when my sample was made, they didn't have those particular ones in stock. But this is the Echo Bag, 80% recycled cotton, 20% recycled polyester. It takes 150 grams, and these are 50 gram. No, that's not right. These are 150 gram skeins. I will get you the totals for the bag here in just a second. But again, this is crocheted out of the Echo bag, which is the yarn that I'm going to feature here. And this is the bag that you're looking at, and it takes four balls of Echo bag. And they used, the picture shows number 5, Amalfi, which I think is this one. Yep, so this is what it looks like in the ball. Echo bag, global, it's part of the Global Recycled Standard, so you can see that logo there. Let's see, 150 grams, 147 yards. It is a worsted weight, 16 to 20 stitches to 4 inches on a 7 to a 9 for my knitters. 11 to 14 single crochet stitches on an 5.5 to 6.5 millimeter for my crocheters. So this first batch, this first little bit of the Echo bag is all striping, except it has that little bit of that white thread kind of going throughout the whole thing. So this was the color of the sample bag, Amalfi. This is number 5. Our sample bag is done out of number 2. So the texture of this yarn is definitely, it is more industrial cotton feeling, like, I don't want to say rope because it's not like scratchy rope like that, but it's definitely designed to wear really well under a lot of friction. So it's super like Cumulus. You guys know the Cumulus line of yarn that we carry from Juniper Moon Farm. That's really, really soft and flexible, pliable. When Echo bag is worked up, it's definitely stiffer and much more appropriate for a bag like what you see here. This is color number 1, Copacabana. So you might be seeing that these have multiple colors within them. This is number 6. This is number 6, and you'll see why that's important when I show you the new colors. This is number 3, Aruba. It is a cute bag for the summer farmer's market, absolutely. And last but not least, this is number 4, Mykonos. So those were older colors that we got restocked. It's funny, this yarn sold really well for us online. Right? This was one that we sold and shipped a ton of, and didn't, I think we moved more online than we did in the store. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The pattern, as long as I have hard copies, I'm happy to give the patterns out for free with purchase of the yarn. Otherwise, I do believe that they're available on Ravelry. So that first one that I just shared with you, this is called the Triona Crochet Bag. Triona, Triona, Triona crochet bag. And you know what? I'm not even certain that I have a bundle created for Echo bag. I'll have to look. This is another bag design. There's a knit version and a crochet version. The crochet version takes 5 skeins. The knit version takes 4. So that's another cute little pattern. And then last but not least, with the older colors, there's this cute little crochet, Briona, excuse me. This one is called the Briona handbag. So then we have this cute little bucket hat that is crocheted out of 1 ball of Echo bag. And this is called the Bride Crochet Hat. I'm not sure why it's called the Bride Crochet Hat, but it is, nonetheless. Very cute little bucket hat. I like that version. Like how she's got that back brim kind of flipped up. Seems kind of sassy. I like it. All right, so those were the older colors of Echo bag. We got in new ones and a new pattern. So let's take a look at the yarn first, and then we'll take a look at let's take a look at the pattern first, so you get an idea of how the yarn works. So this is the Bonnie handbag, and this one is knit. This is a knit bag, and you can see now, once I pointed out that the other colors had multiple colors in it, This season's version of Echo Bag has a gradient of the same color. So I think this is a really interesting construction because you've got some sideways knitting and you've got some vertical knitting. So that's really maximizing the cool colors of the yarn. Again, this one is knit and it takes 4 balls. 4 balls of Echo Bag. 4 balls of Echo Bag. So let's take a look at the new colors. Oh, and here's the little package. So these little packages, it comes again with that little handmade button and then these cute little beads to help decorate your handmade bags. So this is color number 8, San Andreas. And Echo Bag is $15.95 a ball. $15.95 a ball. So most of these bags are taking like 4 skeins or so. So you're looking at about a $60 project, $65 project. Here we have this beautiful blue. This is Bora Bora, color number 9. Color number 9, Bora Bora. I think that this yarn would also make a really exceptional hot pad. I don't know about a dishcloth because I think it's still pretty stiff, but it would make a nice little hot pad. This is a pretty shade of pink. This is Tahiti. Color number 10, Tahiti. I think that's beautiful. So it looks to me like there are 2 color striping sequences in each ball. And these are featured items, Jason, on the website, on the homepage? Yes. So you can go right to yarngardenmichigan.com and scroll down a little bit. You'll see our featured items. This is going to be one of them. This is number 12, Ibiza. Beautiful purples. So there's that light color in there. That beautiful. I like that this one has like red violets and then the blue violets in there too. That's pretty. Ooh, look at this sunshine one. This is Capri. Color number 11, Capri. Color number 11, Capri. I know that Bora Bora blue is brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, and then last but not least, new color. This is Corsica. Color number 7, Corsica. Linda's asking, could you make a summer shawl out of it? I probably wouldn't, Linda, just because it would be fairly heavy and it wouldn't have very much drape. If you're wanting a worsted weight cotton for a shawl, Cumulus is going to be the best way to go. But it could be a scrubby face cloth. Yeah, if you needed some exfoliating. Absolutely. Again, this is one of those things. It's been on my list of things. Oh, I should make a smaller project of a dishcloth or face cloth or whatever of some kind, and it just hasn't jumped onto my needles yet or hook. So that is Echo Bag. That is Echo Bag from the KFI Collection. All right, so let's take a little turn and let's talk about our wrap up for Knit for Food. So we did Knit for Food. We participated. We hosted a public meetup for the Knit for Food Knit-a-thon last Saturday. We were upstairs in the dye studio from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And this was all of the knitting that I got done. Literally the border, and I didn't even bind off. I actually had to undo a row to make sure I had enough yarn left for the bind off. But that was literally all the knitting that I got done in 12 hours was the border. And I had actually, I think, started the border before, so I didn't have to worry about, anyway. You would think in 12 hours I would have gotten a lot more knitting done. But we were having a blast, just being with each other and being with each other knowing we were doing a really good thing. And we got to dye yarn. And then we kind of auctioned off the yarn that we dyed and proceeds went to the Knit for Food fundraiser. We got chair massages from our tenant that rents our upstairs office space from us, Mutiny Clinical Massage. He did chair massages for us, so there was a couple-hour block where we were getting self-care, and it was lovely. He was amazing. If you ever need a clinical massage, TJ's your guy. Mutiny Clinical Massage. He is amazing. He is right above the shop here next door to our dye studio. He was fabulous. But I wanted to share with you some statistics because I think it's important that you guys hear how amazing we all are. And I mean we as in knitters and crocheters. In 2026, there were 3,000 people that fundraised, and we raised $559,776 by the time the donations closed on Monday. So that is incredible, just shy of $560,000. That is incredible. So there were 8,814 unique donations made. So more than, just shy of 9,000 people made a donation. And of those, 2,314 were more than $100, which I think speaks to the generosity. 6,387 were 50 and under. 3,861 were 25 and under. And then there were 55 that were $5. So I think that's amazing. In 2026, we raised $559,776. So again, I wanted to share with you, Knit for Food is a pass-through charitable organization. So every dollar that was fundraised gets split evenly amongst the 4 participating organizations. And those are Meals on Wheels, Feeding America, No Kid Hungry, and World Central Kitchen. So all 4 of those charities are getting a quarter of that $559,000. Isn't that amazing? And then speaking a little more closely, a little more locally, the Yarn Garden Nomies, our team name was No Gnome Hungry Yarn Garden Nomies. We ended up, out of 275 teams that were created, we ended up number 12. We were number 12 out of 275, and we raised $6,775. Just our team, $6,775. Congratulations. That was amazing. Jamie Manea, thank you. You were our team leader with, I don't even know how much you ended up bringing into the team. It was an amazing amount of dollars that you fundraised. So thank you for your hard work and those dollars that you fundraised. I still owe you your $50 gift certificate for being my team member that raised the most money. So congratulations, Jamie, on your hard work. Yeah, $6,775. And I'm now going to take you for a walk because I want to show you our front window where we collected donations, physical items for a food drive for our local fundraiser. So I wanted to share with you, let's see, I got to flip the button here. There we go. So we're going to take a walk. Oops. Sorry, I have you clamped to my, we'll just take that off. There we go. All right, so we're going to take a walk. This is walking towards the front of the shop. So there to your right is our front door. But I just want to show you, because sometimes, you know, you can take a picture, but that doesn't really do it justice. As you can see, we've already got some boxes up here, getting ready to box everything up. But just starting over here, just take a look at all of the things that we are going to donate to our local food pantry. I also received some cash donations from people that wanted their cash donation to go to our local food pantry. So we will make sure that they get that cash donation as well. So isn't that amazing? All sorts of things. Some things that we didn't end up getting unbagged. But I mean, this is amazing. And then we got some more knitted and crocheted items to donate as well. So that is all going to our local food bank, which is Helping Hands Food Pantry. Okay, I'm going to flip you guys back around. So thank you guys. Those of you that brought in items to brought in items to donate directly. That's going to help families in my community right here will not go hungry, which I think is important. And thank you to those of you that donated money, either made a direct donation to Knit for Food or brought cash in for us to donate to Knit for Food. So thank you. What a huge success. Next year's event is in March. It is March 20th. Saturday, March 20th. So mark your calendars because we will be doing the same thing again for Knit for Food. March 20th of 2027. We will be doing that again. So congratulations to everybody for a successful fundraising event. And, you know, a little bit of fun was had. A little bit of fun was had at the knit-a-thon. Lots of food. Oh my gosh. So many snacks and so many good things. And just fellowship. And my friend Kathy Adams shared, when she shared on Facebook her congratulatory post, that there's a moment at the end of the night when Lauren Elkin is the driving force behind Knit for Food. She asks for people to share pictures of their day to her Google Drive, and then her team puts together a slideshow. And so you sit down and you watch the slideshow, and you just feel this connection across the nation, and it just feels really cool to know that you're working together for something really amazing. So I didn't expect to get choked up about that, but thank you to those of you guys that participated. It's really meaningful to us here at the Yarn Garden, and I think it's amazing. So congratulations to everyone, and I hope you felt that as well. So, woo! Moving on. Goodness. That was unexpected. All right, so that was last Saturday. Coming up on Saturday, April 25th, is Local Yarn Store Day. So let's take a peek at some little sneaky peeky things that we will be doing through at the Yarn Garden. So Local Yarn Store Day was started by TNNA, which stands for the National Needle Arts Association. And it was intended to celebrate the community that local yarn stores bring to the fiber arts industry. And that is really the heart of what we do here at the Yarn Garden. Is that's part of my mission, is to create a community to be a part of. And so it's nice to have that day to celebrate that. So a lot of our vendors will come up with specials and items to help celebrate local yarn stores. So one of those that has been going on, gosh, several years now, it might even be since 2020, Casapinka she designs a new shawl for Local Yarn Store Day. And so we will be participating with her. And this is a picture of the shawl, and the name of Casapinka's shawl is called Colossal Fluff Up. Colossal Fluff Up. And here you can see it's 2 colors of a fingering weight yarn. And we will have a sample. My mom is knitting her little fingers off to get a sample knit. Ours will be done out of Nome River, but we will also be getting 18, close your ears, Jason, 18 new colors of La Jolla from Ba as well. So you'll have lots of options to choose from. So you get the pattern when you make a purchase. So any purchase qualifies you to get a code to download Casapinka's pattern off from Ravelry. So that's one of the things that we'll be featuring. Another item we'll be featuring, Ba Yarns also always comes up with a colorway called Love Your Store and then the year. So this year's Love Your Store 26 is, let me show you the color first. So in the picture, you're going to see 3 colors, but the actual Love Your Store color is this really pretty pink and kind of taupey colors with lots of speckles. And they introduce it as a part of a 3-color shawl. Excuse me. So this is the new design for the Love Your Store shawl. This is 3 colors. This tan color is a solid, and then these 2 vibrantly colored variegated colors. So we'll have these available in 2 options. One, the yarn by itself. So if you just want that really pretty pinkish color, Love Your Store 2026, that will be available. And we will also have kits put together for the shawl as well. So those are 2 things featured by the vendors. And then we also have a special little tin design and stitch marker from Twice-Sheared Sheep. And it is the cutest little, it's a little stack of sheep. Karen says, close your ears, like he's not going to see it come in. He already has the invoice. And I told him, it's not like it's a secret. But I did get an eye roll. Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, there is, the design is a trio of sheep that are up to some shenanigans, which you know we love around the Yarn Garden. We love to get up to some shenanigans. So be on the lookout for those. Karen is designing a new sock pattern. We will have kits with Gnome River for her new sock pattern, as well as some stitch markers inspired by her recent trips to Portugal. I don't think I can, Beth. I don't think I can show the tin yet. I don't think I can. No, yeah, they don't like us to show these things ahead of time. Some vendors do and some vendors don't, and I think Twice-Sheared Sheep doesn't want us to. So that's all I can tell you. A trio of sheep up to shenanigans. You'll see, Gnome River will have kits for these beautiful socks that Karen is designing. We have stitch markers. We will have a stitch marker display, and you'll be able to put together your own stitch marker set, which I'm really excited about. Jason and I have been meaning to do this for a while. And I finally just said, we're doing it for local yarn store day. So it's like a little tool caddy that has lots of little drawers. And within each drawer is a different type of utility stitch marker, I'm calling it. So like beginning of round marker, decrease, increase, and then specific, knit two together, make one right. And then I showed you guys this last week on my 6-day star blanket. I have a little stitch marker on there that has the size of my crochet hook that I'm using. Because again, crochet hooks wander off because they're not attached in any way. So I like to have that stitch marker to hook in there. So you'll have all of your crochet hook sizes in there as well. I don't think that we'll have knitting needle sizes for local yarn store day, but it may be an expansion that we do. We'll have numbers, so when you're casting on, you can stick numbers on there. So it's going to be a build your own set. So you can pick out what you want out of each drawer, and they'll be for sale singly. Rachel's asking, do you have normal hours or extended hours that day? We will be open until 4 o'clock. And I'm excited about, I have another activity planned for afternoon of local yarn store day. So starting on, I think about 1:30, I have to confirm details, but I have a friend named Lindsay who has started a new business in town called Oopsie Daisy Floral Boutique. And we are playing a version of bingo with plants. So we're tying in Yarn Garden themes, but we're actually getting to, our prizes are going to be plants. So I'll share more information about that. That's going to be starting, the game actually starts at 2, and that will be running from 2 to 4, but the shop will be open during that time as well. So I'll be sharing more details about that. We do need to pre-sell tickets for that. So if you want to participate, we have to know how many plants to have to make sure that you walk away with at least one. So yeah, that is, and who knows what else might happen. I hope to have my Tenzin cowl, finished, and there'll be yarns that are on sale and all sorts of very cool things. Karen is asking, will you show us kits on a future Friday? Future feature Friday. Ooh, that's kind of hard to say. Yes, I will be able to show everything next Friday, which will be the day before Feature Friday, or it'll be the day before local yarn store day. So yes, I'll be able to I'll show the tins and our kits and all that stuff as well. But going along with that, from 10 to 12, all of the local yarn store day items are going to be only available in store. The reason behind that, we only have one inventory that is shared between in-store and online. And we've discovered that if we try and have everything online at the same time that we're busiest in the store, we end up disappointing someone. We oversell something and we have to tell someone, I'm sorry, we don't have it for you. So we found that the first couple of hours in store are our busiest. After that, it's usually around noon. Then we go ahead and put whatever is left for sale on the website. Right?
Usually.
Right around noon.
Mm-hmm.
If it's still really busy, then we hold off a little bit longer, but typically it's right around noon is when we put stuff available on our website for purchase as well. Shiloh says local yarn store day and local bookstore day fall on the same day this year. I know. I need to get in touch with Jennifer and see if there's something we can do with the Cozy Corner bookstore. I don't know what it would be, but maybe moving forward, if Indie Bookstore Day and LYS Day continue to be the same weekend, we need to collaborate and do something together. Do you do bingo once annually, or is there a summertime bingo event? I need some summer knit crochet motivation. Well, right now it is only for February. But I like the fact that you're asking, so we'll keep that in mind. We will absolutely keep that in mind. How am I doing on time? Ooh, 11:53. So that is local yarn store day. Okay, one more event to make sure it's on your calendar for the spring, and that is Saturday, May 16th. We are less than 30 days away from Spring Makers Fest. So make sure if you're not following Spring Maker Fest on social media, we have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. Make sure you're following us there. We are sharing vendor spotlights. We will be sharing all sorts of like sneak peeks at what people are bringing and just reminders about the day. So again, that is Saturday, May 16th. We have vendors from, let's see, Leading Men are from Indiana, I think, or are they from Ohio? And then I have another person coming from Wisconsin. We have Upper Peninsula Michiganders, Upper Michigan Michiganders, all through the whole rest of the state. So we have, I think we're just under 40 vendors now. We've had some late additions. And we have our local coffee shop. Evelyn Bay is going to have a booth down there inside this year. And we have Big Cheesy Grill is our food truck that will be there for lunch. So yeah, we're getting really excited. We're gearing up for it. We are playing a game. We haven't talked about, I don't think I've talked about this with you guys yet. Janice and I, Janice of Adelaide Fiber Company is my partner in planning Spring Makers Fest. And she came up with this idea to do a scavenger hunt during the day of Spring Makers Fest. So I'm collaborating with our vendors, and our participating vendors will have an object hidden in their booth, and you will have a postcard, and you'll go around and find the objects that are hidden, and you'll get a sticker on your card, and then if you find all of the items, you get a prize. I bet you might be able to guess what the prize is based on what we've done before. We'll share more details about that as it comes on, but I think it's going to be a really fun addition to the day, motivating to go through and see what every vendor has, and I hope that vendors get a kick out of hiding something in their booth as well. So that'll be a fun day. Again, Saturday, May 16th, that is 10 to 5 down at the Theo Savage Exhibition Building at the Eaton County Fairgrounds. There is a $5 entry fee to come in. Kids 12 and under are free. But there's really not really activities for kiddos. So, if you can avoid that, take some time for you, mama, and come and hang out at the Makers Fest. Yeah, I think that's it. So next Friday, we will have a few more closer or sneaky peeks of our local yard store day offerings. More details about plant bingo will be on online. And I think that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with us today. And I hope to see you guys in here soon. If not, we'll see you for local yarn store day. Have a great weekend.